Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I balance my life. This is 100% the most common question I've had when I talked about doing my university series or back to uni series. Everyone was just like, series, not Siri.
I don't have an answer for that.
Everyone just wants to know, how do they balance uni with work, with a social life, with everything else that they commit to. And this video is not just for uni students. This could be for if you're in school, if you just work, if you just have a lot of things that you don't know how to balance in your life. Now, I'm not saying that I am the expert at this. There are definitely so many times where I get overwhelmed. There are definitely times when I don't feel like my life is very balanced. But these are the tips and the things that have worked for me and that I found super helpful. Just to put it into perspective for you guys, I am a full-time uni student. I work part-time, which is usually about 20 to 30 hours a week. I usually upload around 2 to 3 times a week on my YouTube channel. I try to go to the gym at least 4 times a week. I go to church every week, Bible study every week, I volunteer every week. And then I also try to make sure I hang out with my family, my friends, and my boyfriend multiple times a week. So I definitely do have a few commitments, but I also know that there are people who are way busier than me. So I'm just going to share with you guys what works for me and what works for my commitments, and hopefully you guys might be able to take some sort of advice from it, maybe just even adapt it and change it into what works for your life. But I can't give you advice exactly on your life because I don't know what you're doing, but this is just what works for me. I would say the first thing you need to do when trying to figure out how to balance your life is be brutal with yourself. You really have to sit down and look at your life, and you have to realize that every single person has the same 24 hours in a day. Every single person. The celebrities you know, the most successful people in the world, your role models, the people that you aspire to be more like, the people who seem like they have a billion things going on with their life, they all have 24 hours in a day. I'm not saying that everyone's life is the same. I'm not saying that everyone has the exact same commitments or same responsibilities or same resources, but everyone has 24 hours in a day. The second thing you need to realize is that if you are truly committed to something and if you really want something, you will make time for it. If you're not making time for something, do you actually really want it? And if you do, then you need to make time for it. What you need to do is sit down and write out a complete list of everything that you want to or need to commit to. That can include your work commitments, your social commitments, even if you just like want to hang out with your friends maybe 2 or 3 times a week or once a week, whatever you want to do. Whether you have church commitments, whether you have, volunteering commitments, just everything that you have to or want to commit to every single week or every single day or every single month, write it out in a huge list. Then what I do is I split up all of those commitments into 3 categories. I call these necessities, wants, and bonuses. Your necessities are everything that you need to do. That's not really a choice. For me personally, this is church, uni, and work. Those are the only 3 things I have in this category. It is very important that you don't overwhelm yourself by putting like 100 different things in every single category. I would say in your necessities category, you don't want to have more than 3 or 4 commitments. So for me, church is my number 1. God is my number 1 priority, and church follows that. So I know that I roster off Sunday nights and Friday nights so I can do youth leading, so that I can go to church. I go to Bible study every week. Those are just things that I do regardless of what is going on in my life. Whether I have assignments, whether I have shifts, those things come second to my church commitments. But that is also a personal choice. For you, this may be something completely different. I'm just telling you guys what I do. I would say if you are a student, whether that's a high school student, a TAFE student, a university student, whatever other student you can be, that should definitely be in your necessities category. And work is something that I don't necessarily want to put in that category, but I kind of have to because I live out of home, I financially support myself, and it's just not realistic for me to not have it as a necessity. The second category is wants. So I don't really like calling it wants because some of these things are still very important, but these are the things that you really want to do, but you might have to say no to sometimes. For me, this is YouTube, social life, and working out. Those are my 3. YouTube is like my favorite thing ever. It is my hobby, it's my outlet, it's what I love to do. So this is something that I really try to commit to every single week, but if I have an assignment due or if I have a work shift, then those things need to come first. Same as my social life. I love my friends, I love my boyfriend. I obviously want to spend as much time with them as I possibly can, but I also know that they love me and they will understand if I need need to get that assignment in rather than go to that party. If people love you, they will understand, but also in saying that, you never want to be constantly putting someone second. And obviously exercise is just so incredibly important, not only for your physical self, but also for your mental self. And so I really do try to make this a priority, even if I don't even want to. But also, if I go for a whole week without going to the gym once, I need to be okay with that, because it is not my life, it is not a necessity, but it is something that I would love to incorporate into my life. Then the third category is bonuses. I feel like this is kind of a hard category, but it's basically everything that doesn't fit into the other two categories. So for me, these are things like going to my favorite places, like going to the beach for a day, or just going out for a day, honestly. So I would say in this category, choose a few things that you love to do, but no, it's not necessary to your life. Put it in this column and do make time for it, even if it's once a fortnight or once a month or once every 6 months. Just put aside some sort of time for the things that you truly love but don't necessarily need. Now that you guys have separated your life into 3 different categories, we're gonna head over to my desk and I'll show you guys how I actually implement this into a schedule for myself. Hey friends, welcome to my desk. The reason why we're here is because I'm going to show you exactly how I create a schedule. This is just what I do. Sometimes I make it in my bullet journal, probably a lot of the time I do it in my bullet journal, but I thought it would be a lot easier to show you on camera. So here we are. I'm going to zoom you guys into the computer screen because that's all you really need to see, and I'll just talk you guys through how I make my own schedule and how I balance everything out. Welcome to my computer. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. I know that I could just film like a screen recording, but it's honestly harder than it looks, and I'm really not that talented. I've done it before and it was a lot of effort, so we're going to try this and see how it goes. Basically what I have here is an Excel spreadsheet. You can literally do this on a piece of paper. You don't need to use a computer, but this is just easy to show you guys. All I've done is write the hours of the day down the side on this column. So I have 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. Obviously you can change this according to your lifestyle, but for me, I'm usually awake between 5 and 6 a.m. and I go to bed usually by 10 p.m. because I am a grandma. But if you're awake till like 12 and you don't even wake up till like 9 a.m., then just make it according to that. And obviously just along the top here, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so now we have the whole week right in front of us. Oh, I just knocked it. Well done, Rachel. We're really good at this. But basically now I just have my whole week laid out in front of me. So now what you want to do is look at your first category, which is your necessities. So I'm going to give you guys a fake example because I don't want to share with you guys my exact schedule because I feel like that'd be a little bit creepy. But I'm going to use my commitments as an example for you guys to give you a general idea. So for me, I know that I have church on a Sunday night and I like to hang out with church people afterwards. So I'll put it until like 9 p.m. just in case. And then also I color code everything. So for me, church is orange. I also do youth leading on a Friday night, which is also a church commitment. Then I also have Bible study. Let's just say I do it on a Wednesday night. So we'll block out like 7 to 10 p.m. because I like to talk a lot with my friends at Bible study. Then I'm just going to merge these cells together so they look a little bit neater. Another thing in my necessities is uni. So let's just say that I have uni on Mondays. Uni is yellow in my schedule, so just say I also have it on Tuesday, and let's say that I also have it on Thursday and on Friday from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. So there's that blocked out as well. Then I also have work as another necessity. So let's block out 8 till 6 on a Saturday for work. For me, I work part-time or casually, so I don't have the exact same shifts every week. So I'm just gonna block out like whole days rather than exact times. But if you have the same shifts every single week, you can fill them in more exactly. I just can't do that because mine change every single week. Let's also block out Sunday until 4 p.m. for work. And then we can block out Wednesdays 8 till 6. So now when my work asks me for my availability, I have my availability ready to give them. I can work Wednesday all day, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's all of my necessities done. I now have my second category, which is wants. So for me, YouTube is a want. Tuesday mornings until I have to go to uni. Then I'm gonna also block out Thursday afternoons until 6 p.m. And I'm also probably gonna block out a little bit of time on a Monday afternoon. Another desire of mine is a social life. So let's block out Tuesday nights. Let's say every Tuesday night I have family dinner. Let's also say on Thursday nights, I hang out with either friends or my boyfriend or whatever. That night is just blocked out. And let's also say on a Saturday night, the only want we have left is working out. And I like to work out like 4 times a week. And as you can see, my days are pretty full, but my mornings are like when I'm the most free. So I usually like to work out in the morning, get it over and done with, and then I'm done for the day. So now we have all of the necessities, all of the wants, and now we just have bonuses. So for me, I see that I have Monday night free. So from like 6:30 till 10 p.m, that is me time. I can do whatever I want in that time. Whether I want to take a bath, whether I want to go out for the night, whether I want to do whatever. If I just literally want to stay in bed all night, that is my time. That also means I can do my grocery shopping that night or do cleaning up around the house that night. Whatever I want to do, that is blocked out for whatever needs to be done that week. So now you guys see that obviously my week looks pretty full, and this is probably a fairly accurate representation of my normal week. But as you can see, I have mornings free, which I usually like to spend reading my Bible and honestly studying. I'm really productive in the morning. And also I have a few gaps after uni here, after work here, after work here, after family dinner here. Like there are still like quite a few hours left. And honestly, even these days at uni, there would definitely be times where I have like a 1 hour break here, a 2 hour break here, or something like that. But basically all of these blank spaces will probably be filled up with either catching up on stuff like house stuff that I need to get done or studying. Probably mostly studying during the uni semester, but at least that allows me to see exactly when I have time, and it also allows me to know that I have time for every commitment that I want to have time for. So I know that this may seem excessive or a little bit over the top, but this is genuinely how I live my life. I really do like to plan, but that is also my personality. I am a planner. If you're not like this, then maybe this method won't work for you, but you guys have asked me this question so many times, and I can only share with you guys what works for me. I just want to say a few final things to do with this method. Firstly, do not hate yourself if you don't follow this to a T. I don't do this to live my life by a book or live my life by a piece of paper. The reason I originally did this was to see, do I actually have enough time for all of the things that I want to do or I've committed to? And I believe that if you're able to lay them out in a timetable or a schedule like this, it really does show you how much time you actually have to work with and how many commitments you can say yes to. Maybe when you're trying to figure this out, you'll realize, hey, I really don't have enough time for X, Y, and Z, and I need to step down from those commitments. And that's fine. And that is why I encourage you guys to do this and figure out what you can say yes to, what you can't say yes to. This is also probably the biggest reason why I don't get as overwhelmed as I probably could. I am such an anxious person and I get overwhelmed really easily. So doing something like this where I can visually see my week and see when I have time to do things is so helpful for me. And the second thing I want to say is you never ever want to fill up this kind of thing completely. There should never be no blank spaces. You need to be able to be flexible with what you're committing to, and you need to be able to rearrange things here and there when you need to, and you need to have time for yourself. Make sure you're sleeping enough and you're eating right and you're drinking water and you're getting outside. Don't live your life just studying and working and that is it. Make sure you make time for things that you want to make time for, the things that you love, and I think I've made my point. But that is all I wanted to share with you guys today. I really do hope this video helps you guys out. Maybe some of you will benefit from using this. Maybe you guys will look at this and be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You are so extra and you need to calm your farm. And I'd be like, hey, you know what? Maybe, but it works for me. If you guys have any other questions about anything I've said today, leave them in the comments below. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. I still have a bunch more organization, advice, uni related videos coming your way in the future. But other than that, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow for my next video in this series. Goodbye.
I just had to let you know you're mine.